Alrighty, hello friends, we're back. I really felt like giving another stab at that because I wrecked that first one so royally. And I want to try these in somewhat of a different style. I'm going to try these ones. This is only if I have enough excess. If I don't, I'm not going to pour onto those. However, this is the main focus. I'm going to use the same colors from the last painting. However, I'm just kind of going to play with this. I'm going to try to get the pillow layer right. And also, I'm going to attempt a swipe technique, which should, in theory, make cells, which I have not really succeeded in achieving really yet. So, the cell activator that I am using for this swipe is literally just 2 parts of white paint to 1 part of water of a titanium white paint. That's for the actual paint part. The pillow is just white and some Floetrol to get it to flow. And then the colors, as you saw before, are some of these metallics, a copper. I did not use as much this time, so hopefully we'll actually see that beautiful teal color. The silver metallic and this blue metallic thing that I really love and I'm hoping comes through on this one. And I know my lighting is terrible, but you know what? When you're inspired to paint, you're inspired to paint. So like I said, I'm going to try a swipe technique on this one. So if you follow along with this or you're trying this for the first time, wish me luck, because I don't know. We'll see how this goes. So this first layer is my pillow layer. This is just a titanium white. I think I showed it off the last time. It's just an Artist Loft white mixed with Floetrol to make it flow a little bit better. Obviously flow is kind of the point. So I'm gonna try to give myself a decent sized pillow here this time for realsies. Oh, I should not do that. And I'm going to try to remember to save some this time because I stupidly did not do that last time and it was not the best thing that I have ever done. I don't know if that'll be enough, but this time I actually saved some, so there should be plenty of pillow left for this. Now, some of you might scream at me for this, but I did say that I was going to make this playful and fun, so I have some of the colors left over from the last time. Oh, this is already spreading kind of a lot. Okay, let's maybe just do that so it's a bit more even. At any rate, I have some leftovers that, yes, I'm just going to be terrible, I think, and pour them in. Am I going to do that? I'm trying to remember how I've seen people do this before because there's kind of a way to it. At any rate, I'm going to use some of this paint from the last one. Why? Because I'm a rebel and I can, if it will actually flow. Maybe this is a terrible idea on second thought. I'm not sure this is so flowy as I had hoped. So we're going to do this a different way instead. We're going to do, and this may turn out terribly, I'm hoping not, but we're just going to do it the old-fashioned way. We're just going to the old-fashioned way, as if there's a way from the old-fashioned. And this is some of the copper pour paint. You know what I am? I'm going to do crazy stuff because why not? We did not mess around last time and I can say that I prefer a cool looking something. So it's fine by me if this is all over everywhere. This is going to be weird, but you know what? That's okay. We don't mind weird. Weird is okay. So again, I don't really know what this is going to turn out like, and to be honest, I don't know how good the cell activator is. I've not used this before. I've kind of been playing with cell activators. You guys know the last one I did was dish detergent. Let me try to just scooch this back a little because ultimately we are going to have to... It's clear that my surface is not level, if you guys can't tell that already. So anyway, we're going to play around here, add a little silver. I don't really, like I said, I have no idea what's going to happen as a result of doing all these squiggles. It might look terrible, but I'm hoping it'll look kind of cool instead of kind of terrible. I mean, right? Okay. And then last but definitely not least, because I think it's my absolute favorite color, and I'm really hoping this time it doesn't get lost. I'm still kind of fighting these colors, guys. Sorry, this is all speaking to the level or not of my table, honestly. My table, my thing. We're just gonna do this. really hoping this time I'll get some more of this, because this is pretty cool of a color. And I just want to make something fun this time, guys, really. I just want to do something fun, and this is going to turn out fun. I hope so, but who knows? As with anything in this style of painting, you really don't know what you're going to get till you try. So the way that this apparently works is, I've never tried this before, like I said. Oh, actually, before I forget about this, let me do the pillow. This is something that I neglected to do on the last painting you guys saw me do, but you want to fill in your corners so this doesn't really move too much. Oh gosh, that's a lot of paint. But again, you do this so that ideally, like, your painting doesn't really move a lot. Especially if you have something that you really like in there, which I'm probably going to kill off doing this, but anyway, so that should help a bit with some of the corner coverage and things. I don't know if I'm making this worse or better, but we're here for it. So, I'm really hoping this kind of comes out cool, because the last one I wrecked so incredibly well. As you guys know, I wrecked it so wonderfully well. So I'm hoping this one I don't wreck. Okay, so apparently the way that you do this is you have a flat spatula kind of thing. This side is flat. And you take a very thin layer of your cell activator and spread it across. Let me actually make sure this is clean. This is cleaned off my stick so that I don't pick up not a cell activator, because we don't want that. And you coat the back of your stick with a bit of this cell activator. I guess not too much. I don't know. Some, but not too much. And then what you apparently do is, I don't really know how this is going to work out, but you apparently then just, let's just try from top to bottom. Nope, swipe. I don't know, let's go the other way. Swipe. That might have been a massive mistake because of many reasons. We're going to find out in a minute. I'm going to try this one more way. Type, whatever I'm saying. I'm going to try this one more go with hopefully a little more, a better result than that. But don't judge me, guys. Like I said, I've never done this before, so I don't know the consistency of, like, just how much I'm supposed to use of the cell activator on the back of the knife. I've never done that before, like I said. I think I maybe didn't quite use enough, and also didn't quite go as delicately, if I'm being really honest. So we're going to try to give one more swipe through here, ever so gently this time. I'm really making a mess of this. But I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I'm also making a huge mess on my other thing. It's okay, though. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to get from this, y'all, but we're going to try one more time. Bear with me. Like I said, I'm sorry. This is noobs are us. Noobs paint for the first time. Okay. Last try. Let's try to actually get this at the right level, and ever so gently we just swipe. Well, I don't really know, again, whether I'm doing this correctly. I'm gonna try to just swipe across this. Why? Because I think it's cool, and I'm willing to attempt to wreck my art for this cool cell activator or whatever the heck is gonna happen of this. So I don't know what we're gonna get here, but it looks kind of cool. So we're gonna spread that and see what happens. I really hope this turns out neater than it presently kind of looks when I actually tilt this bad boy. Let's see what happens here. This time I know I have at least enough pillow. It's just I'm not as good as stretching these things as some of the pros I've seen do this. So When I go to stretch these cells, I don't know if I'm going to completely lose them, but wish me luck. So here goes. Well, this is very stuck to itself. So you guys know, you heard me talk about how the paint stretches a lot and moves. So this time, I don't want to lose much because this is really quite cool, if I'm being honest. Wow, there's a lot of cells up there that really are quite amazing. So let's see, how much is this going to slide? And I know one of the things I will tell you guys is definitely when you're doing this, have patience, because it really does change a lot when you stretch it, and it can really come out quite incredible if you just kind of let it do its thing. I have a pretty... This really did turn out kind of cool. I'm a little concerned about that one corner because I don't want to lose all this beautiful lacing that I got up here. I think it's called lacing. I got some cells, I got some lacing. Oh dear, this is all very much my fingies at the moment. It's the one drawback to these little bitty kind of cheaper canvases that I'm using at present moment. Wow, there goes all my paint. But you know what? I'm alright with it. I'm alright with it. I don't know if you guys see those cells towards the front there in this very poor light, really. But they're really quite cool. I don't want them to go all the way off the edge, though. And they're kind of trying to go on me there. This honestly looks so cool, though. I'm trying so hard not to lose those. Please don't let those cells go all the way off. Please. So I don't know if you can see what is kind of happening, but it's very cool. And I know this light is awful, and I'm sorry. I'm wrecking the cells, guys, and I don't want to do that. You know what? I have a thought, which is that I could just, maybe for fun, right? Again, this is not an art without whatever finesse or fun. So we can play, and we're gonna play a little because I really don't want those cells to come off there. They look so nice. They really do look so nice. And I'm totally killing this now, but I just didn't want it to be completely white, and it wasn't quite reaching the corners. I know maybe people are screaming at me, I don't know, but for being a dum-dum, I don't know. Maybe I am. I just really, that was turning out so incredibly cool, and I absolutely fundamentally do not want to. Oh, I know what I could do. I could be a wild child, couldn't I? I could perhaps be a wild child, yeah. I guess. Oh, please don't get my fingers on this. Last thing I want is to have a super nice painting with these finger marks on it. That would kind of suck. I'm not mad about that, if I'm being honest. I am not mad about that. It's a little weird, but I'm not mad. I'm thinking I'm going to try to do a swipe. I don't know if it's going to work, but whatever. Such is life, right? Am I going to get everything dirty on the way to this? Maybe. It's fine. I'll give this one more swipe. It may be to my own detriment. I don't know. Truthfully, I don't know. But here goes nothing, friends. Please don't ruin my painting. Please don't ruin my painting. Please don't ruin my painting with cells. Please don't ruin my painting with cells. Don't ruin my painting. But we're gonna just try not to cry about it, 'cause it's kinda not doing what I want. And it's getting dangerously close to themselves. You guys like my song? Anyway, That's probably gonna most definitely get something dirty. Sweet Jesus, please don't get everything dirty. Oh, the dangers, Will Robinson. Can I make that in any way cooler? I'm afraid to tell you the truth, guys, because it looks kind of cool as it is. If I'm being completely freaking transparent, I don't dare touch it. For lack of it, like, getting weird. So it already has some pretty cool cells, like, dude. I'm just pulling, again, this so that it doesn't pull completely off the canvas that we really, 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 really don't want. Like, really. Oh, in fact, even there, that was kind of going to pull off, wasn't it? Oh, man. This one actually looks... I'm not going to lie. I wasn't sure how I felt about it, but I like it. I like it a lot. I'm not going to touch that one for right now, I think. I'm afraid to. I wonder... Well, here we go again. Am I going to get myself filthy dirty doing this? Quite possibly. But I'm going to try to leave the glove here for a minute. Try not to get too messy while I mess about with this for a second. I'm going to try, maybe at my own risk here. I don't think that's helping me any. It can sometimes look cool, but truthfully, I don't think I'm helping myself out any there. I mean, maybe. I kind of like that. I think I'm gonna leave well enough alone before I screw something up, because you have all seen me screw things up too much. If I'm being completely honest. So I don't think we're gonna pour on these today. I'm just gonna get off that little bit of paint. We can pour on those cute little adorable ones another day. I'm gonna let this bad boy dry. However, I'm gonna take it down. By it, I mean you. I'm going to take you down so that you can get a view of what it looks like now before it's dried, just in case. But this time, I am not noodling with it because it looks really quite cool, if I'm being completely straightforward. It looks so cool. So I'm going to turn this off, and then I'll bring you back when you get a nice flyover. And by the way, can I just say, since I don't have paint on my hand, there is a heart shape right about there. You'll see it when I give you a flyover. All right, see you soon. Yeah, I know this might be a little glary because it's wet, but this is what it looks like right after we just poured that. And I have to say, I am not at all displeased with the result there, to be honest. Like, look at that corner right there. It looks like, I don't know, Indian patterning or something. Native American, you know? And this part reminds me of like the inside cut of a geode or something. I mean, I am seriously impressed with how these colors turned out in this pour. It's like stunning. That up there was kind of the heart shape I was talking about there with those cells. That also, I just think it's neat looking. Even though I kind of like messed up that corner, it looks quite cool. Even, I don't know where my finger is in comparison. Okay, there we go, even along this edge. But in here, like this heart shape thing, and then these cells in here and all down in here, it just looks, I don't know, just so cool. Like ocean waves meets geode meets. So this is what it looks like when it's wet, and I will take a shot of it when it's drying, or in a place where it's less like you're not seeing all the paint that we just spilled everywhere while we were making this wonderful piece. But I'm really happy with it. This is the face of a very happy pourer, because that first pour, like, it came out amazing, but I ruined it with that copper color. And there's no going back unless I wanted to pour over it, and I don't want to pour over that egg because I quite like that, because that was like a beginner's luck. Holy cow, how did I make that pattern? Similarly to this. So when this dries, I will show you guys, and wow, these are so fun to make. I just have to reiterate that this style of painting is so enjoyable.